What is up, YouTube? It's Eric the Creator. Today we are reacting to horror short films and scary animations. If you don't know, this entire month we are going to be doing everything scary, whether it be scary reacts or scary games. But I hope y'all like it. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, the first animation is called The Elevator Short Horror Film. So, let's get right into it. Dark font. And so it has some pretty good, like, graphics.
Welcome to 12+1. A building with a rich and misunderstood history that has stood the test of time since 1896. From the outside, it may seem like just another grand old building, but there's more to it than meets the eye. 12+1 has faced...
Oh, so I think if you do like anything bad on it, will you?
12+1 has faced its fair share of troubles over the years, with rumours of strange happenings within its walls and a dark past that has yet to be fully uncovered.
So, like, if they do anything bad in the elevator, it's gonna kill them.
Hey! I'm stuck.
Okay.
I'm stuck here. Can you hear me? Help! Help!
Bro, I don't think anybody's gonna help him. And this is not usually how elevators look. They open by themselves. They don't have a door that you push open.
No one helps you, poor girl. Damaging properties is illegal and...
Now, that... I can never get disrespected by Google Translate.
...constitutes a violation of both... No one helps you, poor girl. Damaging properties is illegal and constitutes a violation of both civil and criminal law. That includes sticking your pink chewing gum in public places.
Who are you?
Welcome to building number 13.
Wait, they don't got it.
I'm sorry.
Just pick the gum up. Ugh, that's just being nasty. You did not have to put it back in your mouth.
Being sorry for rude behaviour is a sign of good social manner, but there are always consequences that one must face.
I'm sorry.
To make up your mistake, write "I'm sorry" on the mirror in front of you with something very special.
Wait, what?
Oh, she's gonna have to do it with her blood. Cause she ain't got a pen.
Easily find it. Above your head.
What is it? What is it? Oh my. And then she's gonna have like a knife. Oh my gosh, that's actually crazy.
Are you kidding me?
She's gonna die, correct? You can't just slit your wrist and not die.
Your deserved punishment is not morally accepted. We continue descending until you make the right decision. You can feel that the air becomes denser and the concentration of oxygen decreases significantly. This means that a person descending deep into the air without proper equipment and protection would experience a lack of oxygen and would not be able to breathe.
Just do it, bro. It's not that deep.
Additionally, the extreme temperatures and pressures would cause damage to the body's tissues and organs, leading to an inevitable death.
What's he talking about?
Accepting your punishment is a sign of mature human being, and it is constructive for both society and the person.
Bro, just do it, bro. She'd actually rather suffocate than just do it so she can live. Possible.
Don't do it.
You don't feel anything if you make it quick. I promise. Come on, girl. Great. I knew you could do it. Just one more thing to do, then we go back up. Just write you sorry and everything will be over soon. Like the nightmare you wake up from and you're happy to see the sun again.
That does not look real at all, bro.
Fantastic work.
Bro, she wouldn't die. Put the thing that's around your head on your face. Just stop.
Let's get back up.
What? What? What just happened?
Welcome to 12+1, a building with a rich and misunderstood history that has stood the test of time since 1896. From the outside, it may seem like just another
He didn't scream or nothing. He just turned around and walked away.
grand old building, but there's more to it than meets the eye.
Dang. Okay, that had a good plot twist. I'm not gonna lie. But let's get to the next animation. The next animation is called House Sitting Horror Stories Animated. This is animated by Llama Arts, one of the most famous animators on YouTube. But without further ado, let's get right into it. House Sitting Horror Stories.
A couple weeks ago, my dad came home and pitched me a small job offer. One of his coworkers was going away for a few days and needed somebody he could trust to watch over his house. The reason my dad pitched this to me was because the man's house has a big CCTV system, basically a camera in every room, and then an operating desk where all screens could be watched on a big monitor. And I'm a computer science major, so my dad just always assumes that I know how to work anything technological. The man told my dad that he'd pay me $200 for the 2 days just to watch the house. Whatever that meant. My dad drove me to the house and introduced me to the man, whose name doesn't matter. The man made it seem like he preferred I stay in the upstairs room with the monitors as opposed to roaming the house all day. That was fine with me though. So when I wasn't eating, I was mostly just sitting in that room with the TV on in the background, and doing schoolwork on my laptop. Ironically, the thing I was doing the least was keeping an eye on the monitors. Night
That
came.
didn't matter.
I started wondering where in the
Lock
house
the
I should
doors.
sleep,
Who's
since
gonna get in the house
surprisingly
if you
we
lock the
hadn't
doors?
discussed that. So I sat back down at the desk and looked at all the different rooms on the screens to see which rooms had beds or couches. I noticed something I wasn't expecting to notice though. The back screen door was open downstairs. I didn't remember it being open. I looked
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, there's somebody in my house. Okay.
through
I'm
each and
calling
every
911.
screen in a panic. In the living room, a closet door was open. This one I knew wasn't open earlier. I texted my dad to call the man and ask him if he came back home. Meanwhile, I continued watching the screen. On the grainy, dark image, a tall person who resembled only a black shadow on the screen stepped out from the closet. I pulled my arms off the desk as I covered my mouth with my hands in shock. As I did this, however, my left elbow pulled some heavy object from the desk onto the floor, creating a big
my gosh. Bro, what would you even do in that situation? I bet you he gonna look straight at the camera. He drops it, and then all you see is him look straight at the camera.
The person in the image very clearly moved their head up to the ceiling as a response to the noise.
I told you!
They went for the stairs, walking up very, very slowly, step by step. Meanwhile, I got a text back from my dad saying, "No, he's not. I just spoke to him half an hour ago. Why?" I got so caught up in my phone texting my dad to send help that I didn't even pay attention to the monitor.
He was outside your door.
There was a knock at the door. I looked at it and then the screens. The first screen I laid my eyes on was the one showing the person outside the door to the room I was in.
Oh my gosh.
When I remembered that door had no lock, the only thing I could think to do was jump out the window into the bushes below. I ran halfway down the block and then stopped when my dad called me. I had him call his friend and ask him if he was expecting somebody in the house.
I mean, yeah, that's good he did, but why?
He had no relatives or friends who had his key or would ever let themselves into his home. So he called the cops and had them review the footage. I got to watch all of it, and it showed everything. From the moment the intruder broke the glass to the backyard door, to the moment I jumped out the window and him running away shortly after. The intruder was never found. The footage was just too dark to identify.
That's a damn lie. That is a damn lie. Stop lying. That is a damn lie. Well, that one was that was actually good, but let's get to the next animation. Okay, this animation is called The Smiling Man Animated. This is also by Llama Arts, so I already know it's going to be good, so let's get straight into it. The Smiling Man.
About 5 years ago, I lived downtown in a major city in the US. I've always been a night person, so I would often find myself bored after my roommate, who was decidedly not a night person, went to sleep. To pass the time, I used
You never catch me walking outside at night by myself.
to go for long walks and spend the time thinking. I spent 4 years like that, walking alone at night, and never once had a reason to feel afraid. I always used to joke with my roommates that even the drug dealers in the city were polite. But all of that changed in just a few minutes of one evening.
Cap, he's lying.
It was a Wednesday, somewhere between 1 and 2 in the morning, and I was walking near a police-patrolled park quite a ways from my apartment. It was a quiet night, even for a weeknight.
What is it?
With
What was it?
very little traffic and almost no one on foot.
What is it?
The park, as it was most
That-
nights, was
what-
completely empty.
Oh, it's like the full
I
eyes.
went down a short side street in order to loop back down my apartment when I first noticed him. At the far end of the street, on my side, was the silhouette of a man dancing.
Okay.
It was a strange dance, similar to a waltz, but he finished each box with an odd forward stride. I guess you could say he was dance walking, headed straight for me.
I'm turning my back and running as fast as I can. I don't care if it's some normal person.
Deciding he was
I
probably
don't care if it's a normal person.
drunk,
Like,
I stepped as
if I see another person that night, I'm running.
close as I could to the road to give him the majority of the sidewalk to pass me. The closer he got, the more I realized how gracefully he was moving. He was very tall and lanky and wearing an old suit. He danced closer still, until I could make out his face. His eyes were open wide and wild,
There's no way I'm not running. He gonna keep walking towards him?
head tilted back slightly, looking off at the sky.
If he slowly turns or even glances at me, I'm running.
His mouth
I'm running.
was formed in a painfully wide cartoon of a smile. Between the eyes and the smile, I decided to cross the street before he danced any closer. I took my eyes off of him to cross the empty street. As I reached the other side,
If it's empty, why would you take your hands off of it?
Glanced back,
Your eyes.
and then stopped dead in my tracks. He had stopped dancing and was standing with one foot in the street.
These horror shorts don't make sense.
Perfectly parallel to me. He was facing me, but still looking skyward, smile still wide on his lips. I was completely and utterly unnerved by
There's
this.
no way.
I started walking again, but kept my eyes on the man. He didn't move. Once I had put about half a block between us, I turned away from him for a moment to watch the sidewalk in front of me.
And you hear big footsteps running 80 miles per hour at you.
The street and sidewalk ahead of me were completely empty. Still unnerved, I looked back to where he had been standing to find him gone. For the briefest of moments I felt relieved, until I noticed him. He had crossed the street and was now slightly crouched down. I couldn't tell for sure due to the distance and the shadows, but I was certain he was facing me. I had looked away from him for no more than 10 seconds, so it was clear that he had moved fast. I was so shocked and I stood there for some time, staring at him, and then he started moving toward me again.
If he starts sprinting, I'm telling you now, I'm turning into Usain Bolt.
He took giant, exaggerated
I don't know, bro. The amount of adrenaline I'm gonna get if something like that happens.
tiptoed steps, as if he were a cartoon character sneaking up on someone. Except he was moving very, very quickly.
He was 3 feet away from me.
I'd like to say at this point that I ran away or pulled out my pepper spray or cell phone or anything at all, but I didn't. I just stood there, completely frozen, as the smiling man crept toward me. And then he stopped again, about a car length away from me. Still.
It should never be a car length. It should be a beluga whale length, bro.
Smiling his smile, still looking to the sky. When I finally found my voice, I blurted out the first thing that came to mind.
Get your bitch ass away. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
What I meant to ask was, what the fuck do you want? In an angry, commanding tone. What came out was a whimper. What the fuck? Regardless of whether or not humans can smell fear, they can certainly hear it. I heard it in my own voice. That only made me more afraid. But he didn't react to it at all. He just stood there, smiling. And then, after what felt like forever, he turned around, very slowly, and started walking away.
That's good now. He's walking away. That's good.
Just like that. Not wanting to turn my back to him again, I just watched him go, until he was far enough away to almost be out of sight. And then I realized something. He wasn't moving away anymore, nor was he dancing. I watched in horror as the distant shape of him got bigger and bigger. He was coming back my way. He was coming back my way.
You should never
and this time
stop!
he was running. I ran too. I ran until I was off the side road and back onto a better lit road with sparse traffic. Looking behind me then, he was nowhere to be found. The rest of my way home, I kept glancing over my shoulder, always expecting to see his stupid smile, but he was never there. I lived in that city for 6 months after that, and I never went out for another walk. There was something about his face that always haunted me.
Maybe his smile and his big ass eyes.
He didn't look drunk. He didn't look high.
He looked dead.
He looked completely and utterly insane. And that's a very, very scary thing to see.
Look like he finna haunt you or something. Let's get to the next animation. Okay, this animation might be a little dumb, but it's called SpongeBob horror short film, The Call of Squidward. This is made by Cake Company, or Cake Company. But let's get straight into it. Oh yeah. Oh. Is this like after they all died or something?
Squidward's power grows stronger every day. He has founded a cult, and many of the inhabitants have joined him,
Really?
while those who resisted were exterminated. Now, with his mystical abilities, Squidward is raising Bikini Bottom from the sea. Avoid Squidward at all costs. Just hearing his voice can drive you mad. His powers are beyond anything we've ever known.
That's enough for me. This ain't even scary. Bro, where's Squidward at?
Time for work, Squidward.
Okay, the animation on this is actually pretty good. And he don't hear that?
Just hearing his voice can drive you mad. Avoid Squidward at all costs.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Just hearing his voice can drive you mad.
Okay, follow. Okay, that's it's a little scary. No way he starts chasing after me. Okay, that kind of scared me. Okay. Yeah, Patrick dead. Patrick's dead. There's actually no way.
A few moments later.
Okay, wow. Wow. Okay. These were really good animations. But I think we're gonna end it off right there. If y'all like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment what scary things you want me to do next. And we are out.